I think there's a lot of resources out there. As I talk about, there's a shortage, there is, but I think there are good resources out there. So you can always go to your county human services department, contact them directly. There's a lot of self-help groups out there, whether it's Smart Recovery, it's AANA, those you can always go to and access at no cost. And there's a lot of meetings at different times. There's recovery coaches and peer specialists. Again, if you go to the DHS website, those are listed on there. So there is access to that, or just calling a treatment center, because one of the things, I get a lot of calls from people just asking for those kinds of resources. What do we do? I talk to a lot of family members who are really struggling, trying to get help for their, young adult children. And it's so hard as a parent to see them struggling. So it's also important to get resources there for the families and continue to follow through with them. And I always say to them, if you're still stuck after trying these resources, please call back, because there's nothing worse than that, feeling so alone in trying to get your loved one help.
I mean, if you have a loved one that you want to support, the best way that you can support them is to love them and to encourage them and to help them get to treatment, and to realize that nothing's going to change necessarily overnight, and it's a process, and you're going to be there through the whole thing, encouraging them and loving them and supporting them. I would encourage that person, or I'd help that person to do a little research on where they might go, because treatment works if it's good treatment. It's just the same. I mean, you want a good doctor, you want a good surgeon, you want a good orthopedic surgeon when you're going to have, body parts replaced. You want a good treatment facility. So do a little research, ask questions. Go to their website, look at their history. How long have they been around? Doesn't mean that somebody who just opened won't do a good job, but you want to know how they're going to do that. Are they using evidence-based practices? Are they client-centered? Do they really care about you? Do they just look at it as insurance billing, or do they really care about what services they are giving to you?
And again, treatment centers are available to just call and talk with somebody.
That's so important. I think that it's great to remember that, calling and talking to someone to ask questions about what your next step might be is free. And there is a lot, like you said, a lot of free resources until, maybe people are in the process of trying to secure insurance coverage for longer treatment.
Right.
And can never hurt to ask, whether we're talking about recovery or any other question that people might have.
Mm-hmm.